Well, hello everyone, and howdy. Welcome to another episode of Wild West Coding. I'm your host, Ken Alger, and in this episode, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from the Rodeo app. It's the middle of December, which means it's getting close to the end of the calendar year here. 2023 has been a year with lots of things happening. I'd like to celebrate, kind of out with the old and with the new sort of thing. So dust off your keyboard, open up your favorite IDE. I'll be using Golang to work in the Go language, which is what we've been doing here on Wild West Coding. And let's do some coding and celebrating. So let's start the party here. We'll put on the party hat and we'll get going. So when I first started dorking around with computers many years ago, one of the first languages I started with when I was in grade school, elementary school even, was called Logo. It was and still is a great language for students to get interested in programming. It's relatively easy to pick up, provides quick visual results. And there have been a lot of different ports of it. One of the main features of Logo is turtle graphics. Turtle graphics allow for commands to move, a turtle across a screen to produce vector graphics. Many languages have turtle libraries, and I found one for Go. To be fair, there are lots of different options available. One I'm using seems to be good and provides a pretty reasonable feature set. So I've started a new project here in my IDE in Golang. I've created a new project calling it Celebration. So let's get going. And, I'd encourage you to follow along with this fun visual package. So again, project is called Celebration. File is called Celebration, and it's in package main here. We need the turtle package import that I found that I'm going to use is it's on GitHub, and it's Gary Brown Engineering Turtle. It's up there, and there's all sorts of different features that this package provides here. Here's the README from the repo, all the different commands and whatnot. And there's some samples there as well. So, and we lost our import statement because we moved to a different thing and we're not using it. So let's bring that back. Okay, so first off, we need our main function here. That's going to kick us off. We need to set some parameters. And the parameters here, we set the height and width, or width and height, of the window that we're going to be displaying things in. So I'm going to just do 1,000 pixels by 1,000 pixels. Just no real reasoning behind that, just other than the fact that it makes it a reasonable window size for everybody to see. And then in the main function here, we do turtle.start, and we pass in the params, which will then define the window size, and we send in a function name. So to start with, we're just going to do a single line. So let's just kind of show this off, how this implementation of Turtle works. Oops, don't want that. Let's hit some magic thing here in Golang, and it filled out a bunch of stuff. So let's do function draw line, and it will take a window, which is a turtle window. All right. Now inside here is where we kind of set all of the parameters and all the instructions for a little turtle to move around. So first we want to get the canvas, and we're going to clear the screen just to start with a new screen, and it wants a color for the background color, and it provides, this package of Turtle comes with all these RGB values by default. So to start with, let's just make the background white. That seems like a good thing. And then we need to create a new turtle here in the window. And then let's show the turtle, kind of show the turtle moving around, drawing. Turtles are slow, so let's start with a relatively slow speed here, 50 pixels per second. And we're going to draw a blue line. Why? Because I like the color blue, and that's the color of my hat that I'm wearing. So there we go, blue line. We're going to put the pen down. So pen down puts the pen on the canvas. In this case, it's a virtual canvas, the screen, but it puts the pen down. And then when the turtle moves, you start seeing it. We'll do a line size of 5 pixels, and we'll have the turtle move forward. Let's do 50 pixels. There we go. So I don't know why we're importing testing. Let's make that go away. All right, so now when we go here and we can do go run celebration.go, and now the first time this gets run, it can take a little bit for the window to open up, but we'll run it. We'll go over here, and there we go. Oh, and so we have a little turtle, and it drew a line that's 50 pixels long. That's pretty spiffy, I think, but that makes the turtle a little hard to see because it's pretty small there on the screen. So we can go in and adjust that. If we do there's a function here. Let's do it under here. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. We'll do the shape scale. By default, it's 0.35. So let's try, I don't know, try the number 1 and see what that does here. So let's run this again. We'll go back over here, and there we go. So now we have a much bigger turtle. That's a little bit easier to see, but it's also pretty big. Kind of hides that 50 pixel line. So let's try adjusting this down to 0.75. And we will see if that's any better. Yeah, it's slightly better. I mean, if I was doing this all day, I'd probably continue to adjust that, but I think that will work for right now. So we have a line. Cool. We have a line. We have a turtle that's moving around and making a line. That's kind of fun. So I bet if I can draw a line, that I could use a loop and draw 4 lines and connect and form a square. That'd be pretty spiffy, right? So let's we'll minimize that, and we'll do a new function called draw square. And that will take a window, and our turtle window, and there. And while I'm thinking of it, since we're going to be using this new draw square, let's change that out. Otherwise, it won't ever get called. All right, so in our square here, we're going to do very similar to what we did in the previous. We're going to clear the screen. We'll use turtle white again. We'll create our new turtle. And we're going to still show the turtle because he's kind of interesting to see, or her. I don't know if it's a male or female turtle. It's kind of interesting to see it move around the screen. We'll say the speed is 50 again so that we can see it. If you go real fast, the line's just kind of, it looks like a crazy turtle moving around. If you go too slow, it takes a long time. So 50 seems to work for our cases here. Shape scale, we'll have that back at 0.75 because that's what we used before, and it seemed to be okay. Let's make first square here. Let's do red this time. Red there, and we want the pen down again. We'll make the line a little bit bigger. We'll go there, and we want that capitalized. Pull that in. All right. All right, so now we're going to do our for loop, right? And so we want that. So that will give us 4 iterations of this to go through. So we're going to start. So the turtle starts right in the center of the canvas, and we're going to move it forward. Let's do a square of 90, and then we're going to have it turn right 90 degrees. Let's bump this up a little bit here so that we can see it. Okay. And then, you know what we're going to do? So that's 1 square. I bet let's try that out. Just make sure that that's doing what we think it's going to do. We'll come over here and we get a turtle. It moves forward 90, turns right 90, and it does that. And there we go. So that's got a little square, turtle square. That's kind of cool. All right. So one of the other things that we can do here is we can move the turtle around kind of mid-flight. So if we do go to, let's do 150 and 150. So we move 90 and 90. So if we do 150, this will be a new starting point for our turtle with a new square. And just let's switch that out. We'll go back to blue and do, make sure the pen is down. And then we'll do another iteration here of this. And do another square. All right, and so we're going to do, let's make it the same size. We'll have it go forward 90. This time, let's make it a left-hand square. So one of the things about this package is you can spell it out for left 90. You can also, they have some shortcut versions. So just L is left, R is right, that sort of thing for readability. And since we're just kind of playing around here, we'll do that just there. So let's run this again. And we'll come over here and we get to see our turtle, draw a red square. That's pretty great. And then, so we see him move over to the new point and he's now drawing the blue square. And it's offset. Yeah. So, there's that line connecting the 2 squares. I bet I forgot to pull the pen up off the canvas here before the turtle moved. Let's go in here and see what that's like. Yep, right there. If we do pen up, and let's run this again, and come over here just to make sure that we're getting what, there we go. So it did that right hand red square and the left hand blue square, and when it moved, we didn't get that line anymore. So that's great. I bet we can do something a bit more, celebratory, if you will, with all this. Again, the New Year is coming up, and that often includes celebrations. In many areas, people celebrate with fireworks, which kind of gives me an idea here. I could probably use turtle here to draw like a starry night and then add some fireworks to it. So let's try that out. I think that could be kind of fun. So we're going to need a new function here. Naming is hard. I could call this fireworks because that's what we're ultimately going to do. I got it. Since we're using the turtle drawing package here and we're celebrating, let's call this celebration. See what I did there? Pretty spiffy, huh? window, and it's going to take our turtle in here. And there we go. And we will move this out up here to take our celebration function as well. For those of you that haven't discovered yet, I enjoy dad jokes, and celebration seems like a fairly decent one. So let's start all of our little code here. We're going to do a night sky. So we're going to make this turtle black instead of white. And we'll create our new turtle here. Window, new turtle. This time we're going to hide the turtle because I don't really want to see a turtle flying up in the air drawing stars. So we'll call hide turtle. We're going to make the turtle move a little bit faster this time. So let's do 5,000 pixels per second. And let's start. So we're going to start off drawing a bunch of stars, seeing what that's like, and then we'll fill in fireworks in the night sky, so to speak. So we're going to say that our turtle, the stars will be white to start with here. And so we're going to iterate here, and we're going to make a bunch of stars. So how many stars should the night sky have? Let's just do 175 of them, just because I want 175 of them. No real reason there. Now the stars, I'd like them to be kind of randomly spaced all over the sky. That seems like a better thing than trying to draw a grid or whatever. So we'll need some random numbers generated here. And in Go, one way to do random generation is if we do a new source and to get a kind of a seed value. And this is calling for a couple different varieties of the RAND package. And I want this math RAND. So the new source, if we do a time and now and a Unix stamp on it, that's going to kind of guarantee that every time we run this, we have a different seed. So our random value here is going to be rand and new and source is what we'll pass in there. All right, so our lower value for our star field is going to be negative 750, and our upper value will be 750. So that's going to kind of say that's where the stars are going to wind up in the sky. And then we need some X and Y values that we'll plug into our go-to function here. So we're going to randomize this, and we're going to get a random integer, and it's going to be our upper minus our lower plus 1. And then we also want to add in our lower. So that's going to give us a nice randomization for that. And we'll do the same thing for Y. And we'll fix the formatting there. And okay. So now we have this randomization happening for our X and Y values, and we have our white turtle. We want to make sure that we don't connect all the stars, right? So we want to say pen up before we go to a specific X and Y value. So these are random integer values, and our go-to function requires float 64s, which means we need to do a little bit of variable casting. So we do float 64 X value, and then float 64 of the Y value. So now it will randomly go to different spots on our canvas or our night sky. Now we can put the pen down and have it draw. And from a size of the star standpoint, I think if we do like about 8 pixels, seems like that will work. So now we need kind of a new iterator. So we'll use J because we used I before. And we want to draw a 5-pointed star, like you do when you're in kindergarten and you draw the little star. So we're going to do a 5-pointed star. So we're going to go forward from our starting point, our randomized starting point, and we're going to go forward. Again, this is a float 64 value, so we're going to cast in our size. So it's going to start and it's going to go forward, whatever that value is. And we want to go back to the starting point. So again, we can do B or backwards, backward, and we'll pass in that, and we want to float 64. All right. And then since we're doing a 5-pointed star, we need to rotate our turtle. We'll rotate it left just because. And our angle. So if with a little bit of math, we do 360, which is the degrees in a circle, divide that by 5, you get 72 degrees. Okay, so I think, let me make sure that I updated this to Celebration. That's great. And let's try running this here. Come on. All right, let me clear this. And we're going to run this, and we're going to go back over here. And looky there. Yeehaw! There are some stars. It's kind of starting to look like nighttime. Let's add some fireworks to our celebration project in our celebration function. We'll close that. Come over down here after our stars. And we will add some fireworks. So since the fireworks, we want those to come after our stars are drawn. All right. So we're going to come in here and we are going to do another iteration here. And let's just do, since we're starting at 0, let's just start this off with 5 fireworks. I mean, we could go crazy with firework displays, but 5 kind of proves the point. So we're going to have this be very similar up here. So just because I don't want to type everything out, we're going to cut and paste there, except we want those to be about 250, I think, and kind of concentrate the fireworks in the center of the sky, not out on the edge. Okay, and then we can do our pen up again. So it's going to move our turtle to a new spot in the sky to start our fireworks. So we, again, want to pen up before we move it. And we're going to go to our new X and Y coordinates here. And we want another one for Y. So again, we're moving now the fireworks to different spots in the sky. We'll do pen down to do that. What color of fireworks do we want? Let's do red, just to start that off here. Maybe we'll get to doing something more fun than red here shortly. I don't know. We'll see. So the size of the fireworks, we'll make them kind of bigger, brighter, so to speak. And okay, let me again bump this up. I know this is a bad habit of mine, but I like to be able to see it and hopefully have everybody be able to view it as well. So we'll do another loop down here. So let's do, this will be a 36-point firework. One, because 36 points of fireworks are kind of fun. 2, it divides evenly into our 360-degree circle. So we'll do forward, float 64 of size, and then backwards again, the same distance, so that we're coming back to the starting point all the time. And then we're going to, let's do right this time. And we'll do 10. Again, the 10 is coming from the 360 divided by 36, which is the number of points. So that gives us 10. And let me see here. I think that should give us 5 red fireworks in our night sky. That's filled in with stars. So let's run this. We'll go over so that we have our stars and we have fireworks. That's great. I mean, we have some small ones, we have some big ones, but they're also all the same color. One of the things that I like about fireworks is that they have colors. I mean, different colors in the night sky. So let's come up here and let's create a colors array that we can kind of iterate over and pick some things out. So it's going to be an array of color RGB values. And here we'll just continue to use the standard turtle colors. For lack of imagination, we'll do RGB red, turtle green, and turtle blue will be what we have available to us here for our colors. And then, so again, these are, just the standard ones that come in through the turtle package. We can create our own colors if we want. And actually, let me do that. So I'll come up here, I'll create a new variable. We'll call it night sky black, and we'll play around with the value of the black that our night sky is. And it's going to be a color RGBA, so it's going to take different settings here. R is for red, we'll do 50. So we're just going to kind of tone down, if you will, the blackness. So R value is 50, G value is 56, the B value will say 61, and then our alpha will make it at 255. And then we can utilize this down here. So when we call clear screen, instead of doing turtle black, let's say that we're going to use our night sky black. Right? So we can do that. And then let's come down here to where our colors are that we're making our fireworks. And we will utilize our iterator value and what's in our array, right? So calling our colors array, and the one that we want will be our iterator. We'll do a module value of the length of our colors array. So that way, if we add more colors to there, we're still getting something. So, this is the modulus value. It's the remainder of the iterator divided by the number of colors that I define in the color array. So let's try this out here and see if we get things. So there we see a different color of our night sky, and we have our stars, and we're having fireworks of different colors come through based on our color array. So that is starting to look like a celebration. And I'm going to turn on my hat lights here. I don't know if anybody can see it, but we have, let's make them blink. There we go. I don't know if anybody can see it here on camera, but now we have a real celebratory hat. It's blinking LED, blinking blue. That's fantastic. But we're still missing something here. Fireworks make sound. I like fireworks sounds. So let's see if we can get some sounds involved here. And hopefully by adding sounds, this doesn't turn into a turtle disaster. Sorry. Okay, so for sounds, plain sounds, and I have some MP3 files. They're royalty-free MP3 files that I found on Pixabay. So let's go in here. I'm going to need a couple of other imports to utilize these. And I'm not even going to try and pronounce this person's name. So we need the Go MP3 import, and he has another one, or they have another one that is, it's not the Go MP3, it's Auto or Odo. I don't know. I can't pronounce those. So let's reduce that here for now and give us some space to bring this up to the top. We're going to do a play sound function here. And it's going to take a file name, which will be a string, and it will return an error if we have any errors. All right. So start off, we need to open up our sound file, whatever the file name is, and if the error is not equal to nil, we'll just return the error. All right, and then we have to defer the closing of our sound file till we're done with it. So we're going to try to do that. And again, if the error is not equal to nil, won't have to do anything there. And this is sound. So that okay, so let me see here. Oops, don't need a period. And then here, I'll come back to that error here in a second. So it's going to be our MP3. We need to, D's are going to be our decoder, and we're going to decode the sound that we have. And again, if error not equal to nil, we'll return the error. And that error there is bugging me a little bit. So don't know why that's I think that will go away here once we get a little bit further along. All right, so we're not using our decoder yet, but we need to create a new context for our sound. So the sample rate, we need a number of channels, which 2 is good. Depth in bytes, 2, and then our buffer size, again in bytes, and 8192 seems to work pretty well. I'm going to handle our error. And then we need to defer this, which is our auto context. And c.close. And if error equals nil, there, that should be there. So, why is this one not working right? Oh, because we need a pointer to that. There we go. Okay. All right, so if all that's working as expected, and hopefully it is, because otherwise it's not working as expected. So we'll create a new player in our context, and we get to defer this as well, because that's what you have to do here. Again, playing sounds is a little bit more complicated than just, hey, play this sound. So we're going through all this sort of air handling and whatnot, right? And player there. Okay, so if all that is good, then we can play our sound and otherwise, let's delete that. Otherwise, we're going to return nil if the sound plays in successfully. So now that we have this function, again, we're taking the file name, we're bringing it in, we're decoding it, we're adding it to the auto context, and then we're making this auto player and we're playing the file. So let's add this to our celebration. And so we said that fireworks should have sound. So after it iterates here and draws the fireworks, seems like a good place to add sound. So we're going to we'll do our little disclaimer here from Pixabay, and they gave me a link, an attribution link. So let me just paste that in here. There we go. All right, so now with that in place, we are going to handle an error here, play sound, and I have an MP3 folder here, and it's a firework sparkle. And so we're going to do there, and if our error is equal to nil here, we're going to log fatal. So hopefully this all works because that's what we're trying to do here. But B, hopefully the sound, I'll turn the sound on my laptop up a bit, so hopefully it comes through. Let's try this out. We'll go in here, we'll go back over here. And we're getting fireworks. Yay! Sparkly fireworks sounds plus turtle graphics. Hope nobody gets shell shocked. Okay, sorry. Again, dad jokes. All right, so there's kind of one last sound here that I think we should add in. After fireworks shows are done, what do folks do? They applaud, right? Or at least most of the fireworks shows that I've gone to, they do. So let's add in one more sound effect. We'll add it down here at the end of our celebration. We're going to, we'll just copy these two comments and we'll paste them down here. And then we will play play sound, and this one is applause. Again, naming is really fun. It's an applause sound, so why not call it applause? Okay, and let's try this out. We're running this. We get our stars, get our fireworks. 2, 3, 4, 5. Woohoo! Hopefully people can hear that. If not, try it out and let me know how that goes. One thing here, let's add some other colors here to our colors array. I don't know who all's out there watching. There's one person that I know watches off and on, and they really like the pink color, so we can add that. And gold seems to be popular fireworks color. So now we have 5 fireworks. We're doing 5. Let's make it draw just another one here. We'll go in and run this again. There we have our stars. We're getting our fireworks. There's pink. Yahoo! There's gold. Yeehaw! And our applause again. I mean, what a great way to see and hear fireworks anytime you want, right? Kind of from the comfort of your own home, comfort of your own computer, and with Go. I started off this whole Wild West coding series not knowing Go really well. Played with it a little bit, but it's kind of growing on me. It's a pretty fun little language. I know this. We have not gone full time tonight or today. Hey, Hack Bauer. Thanks for the feedback that you heard it over my microphone, picking it up. That's great. Fantastic. Thanks for that. So, sometimes I find it's good to take a break from the applications that you're writing day in and day out, and kind of explore different functionality, different opportunities that are available that a programming language might have, right? Writing production code constantly all the time is fantastic, but sometimes these little side projects and fun things are, well, fun. So wrapping up the calendar year with some fun coding can be a great way to mix things up, I think. I'd encourage you to go try something out, try something fun, find some package that's of interest to you. Use Turtle, go slow, but use Turtle. It's fun. There's other Turtle implementations out there. If you build something with Go and Turtle or some other package, post it in the comments, reach out, let me know. I'd enjoy seeing what you build, and we can help promote it if you'd like. There's a lot of other things that you can do with Turtle. Maybe spend some time and really nail down the go-tos and the angles and all that, and write out some text. Write Happy New Year. There's over here in the documentation, they do some pretty amazing things. You can do some artistic things too, like Gary Brown draws the Go Gopher using his Turtle package. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with it. But let us know what you decide. And as an update to the Rodeo app and Wild West coding, that will be back in the next calendar year in 2024. I'll continue developing the Rodeo app. I think we're going to throw in some different formatting in the new year with the show, but we'll definitely be working on the Rodeo app. Stay tuned for more information about the next episode of Wild West Coding. Thanks for everyone that joined today, whether live or watching it on the video replay. I'm going to scroll this up. I really like the Go Gopher as a logo, and seeing it being drawn is kind of fun. But there's a lot of example codes in here and pretty decent documentation as well. We did all the fireworks, the stars, and everything in. And if we take out, the draw line and draw square code, and we're at, under 150 lines of code for sure, you can do some pretty fun things. So yeah, let us know. Again, thanks everybody for joining today. I hope and wish you and your loved ones a very happy holiday season, a great new year. Go out, watch, do something fun, be safe. And until then, happy coding, y'all.